Nightmare in America. The Crimes of Carl Eugene Watts. Welcome to The Most Evil, where we delve into the minds of history's most notorious serial killers. Today we delve into the chilling story of one of America's most notorious serial killers, Carl Eugene Watts, also known as Coral. From his early life to his gruesome crimes and the gripping investigation that finally brought him to justice, this story will send shivers down your spine. Carl Eugene Watts was born in Killeen, Texas. His parents divorced when he was 2 years old and his mother raised him. Watts disliked his stepfather and struggled to adapt to his new family environment. He enjoyed hunting and skinning rabbits with his grandfather and later adopted the nickname Coral. Watts had academic difficulties in Inkster but managed decent grades. He contracted meningitis at 8 years old, which nearly killed him and caused him to be held back a year. Watts was taken to the Herman Kiefer Hospital. His personality changed and he began having violent dreams about killing women. He frequently received failing grades in school and was severely bullied at school. Watts, a man with a mild intellectual disability, was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder. He was diagnosed with a passive-aggressive orientation and struggled with strong homicidal impulses. He attended Western Michigan University, where he began experiencing a string of violent assaults and attacks on women. Watts's crimes began in his teenage years, characterized by violent fantasies and stalking young women. His first confirmed murders occurred in 1974 when he kidnapped, tortured, and murdered his victims, using methods such as strangulation and stabbing. Over the years, Watts's reign of terror extended across different jurisdictions and states, with most victims being thin, attractive, white women. Carl Eugene Watts, known as the Sunday Morning Slasher, used a chilling methodology to commit his crimes between 1974 and 1982. He targeted vulnerable women and girls, selecting them based on characteristics like thinness, attractiveness, and race. Watts stalked them, using surprise, physical force, and intimidation to subdue them. He used various methods, including strangulation, stabbing, bludgeoning, and drowning. He covered his tracks, targeting multiple jurisdictions and states, and rarely engaged in sexual acts with his victims. Watts also managed to blend into society, presenting a facade of normalcy. His methods left a lasting legacy of fear and trauma in the communities he terrorized. In 1982, a series of brutal attacks on women in Houston led to an investigation into Carl Eugene Watts's crimes. Watts confessed to numerous homicides, but many cases went unpunished due to legal constraints and immunity agreements. Despite these challenges, Watts's confession exposed his prolific nature as a serial killer. Carl Eugene Watts, the notorious serial killer, was captured after a violent spree in Houston during May 1982. His arrest followed a series of brutal attacks. Despite Watts's attempts to evade capture, law enforcement linked him to recent killings, prompting prosecutors to broker a plea deal. In May 1982, Assistant District Attorney facilitated a bargain with Watts, offering immunity from murder charges in exchange for full confession and disclosure of victim grave sites. Watts accepted, leading detectives to 3 burial sites and admitting to attacking 19 women, killing 13 of them. However, Michigan authorities declined to honor the agreement, leaving several cases unresolved. Despite attempts to secure early release, he was ultimately convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment in Michigan. Watts's capture marked a significant breakthrough in the investigation, shedding light on his heinous crimes and providing closure to some victims' families. Despite legal complexities and immunity agreements, law enforcement's perseverance led to the apprehension of a prolific serial killer, underscoring the importance of collaborative efforts in combating violent crime. Watts's case sparked widespread debate, and raised questions about the effectiveness of the criminal justice system in dealing with serial offenders. His diagnosis of antisocial personality disorder shed light on the complexities of criminal behavior and the challenges of rehabilitation. In conclusion, Carl Eugene Watts's heinous crimes have left a lasting impact on the lives of his victims and their families. While his death brought some closure, the legacy of his atrocities continues to haunt communities and serve as a reminder of the darkest depths of human nature. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content on true crime and psychological analysis. Remember to stay vigilant, and until next time, stay safe.